Legion, it's Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris Distant Stars in our Dynastic Divinity series. So, things are getting interesting.
Aliens have formed an
Let's put it that way.
compact.
Interesting, the new Pujat Khanate joined the Galactic Defense League. So there's now a new league. This one called the Galactic Defense. It might have something to do with these guys. I'll have to see how big it is in a second. But let's go for the Naval Logistics Office on our new stations, so we can have that ready. We're trying to bring our naval capacity up now that we're a member of a federation. Wow, yeah, the corrupted caretakers are expanding rapidly. Not a huge fan of that.
Incoming transmission.
Migration shooter proposal from the United Alvathari Empire. Sure. Come on in. Alright, so let's go ahead and give the attack order here. I want to move... Oh yeah, that's right, we can't move into their territory unless we declare on them. That's annoying. Can I come here, though? Yes, I can. So I can come to Kador. I can also jump. So tell you what, let's go ahead and do that. Let's jump to Roshan. And then we'll have to keep moving after that.
Construction complete.
The old-fashioned way, so to speak. Alright. It's going to take a second. Despite recent skill improvements owing to accumulated experience, Governor Jargrim Denbadio seems to be approaching the limits of his abilities. Well, that's annoying. So he's governing the core sector, our brand new governor. Why does this always happen to me? Why? I don't understand it. We have extra leader slots, though, so let's see. Ooh. Yeah, I like defensive army damage being more powerful, so let's go ahead and recruit that. That's for our core sector. I really like that idea. And now let's go to our leaders screen and fire the guy with Arrested Development. How soon will we be able to jump again? Pretty soon. We might be able to actually jump to this next system to get where we need to go a little bit faster. Yeah, it's not going to take a long time. So we are counterattacking the contingency.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
That's expanding pretty rapidly into nearby space. Let's see, some additional mineral income could be good, actually. Let's go for that. Alright, not long at all before we can jump again. I don't know that it would be necessary, though. I might save a little bit of time. Yeah, I'll do it. Alright. So you should all be able to jump. Alright, so they're all jumping together. Ah! The horizon signal. The trine, the quine, the trine. Once again, the horizon signal in Godfrey Maelstrom is active. It has upped its game. Once again, the transmission includes the exit points coordinates. It's signed with the private comm keys of Raldrim den Vagors and Galdric den Hulos, but this time, it's a generative text program written in an elderly programming language that creates what appear to be love poems directed to Barim den Purium. They're honestly not very good love poems, but it is, our scientists agree, quite difficult to generate love poems procedurally, and quite unusual for a black hole to send love poems at all. I love this so much. So much. Well, it's as nicely send Barim den Purium. Who's Barim den Purium? He's the leader of Task Force Araka. We'd have to give this fleet a new admiral. And this is an experienced admiral. Well, it's as nicely. Send him. I can't not. Okay, so let's go ahead and appoint... yeah, Soldrum den Sukar. That makes that fleet a little weaker and reduces upkeep a little bit, but it's okay. Alright, so we're going to move together here and go for our second round against the serialization hub. Alright, here we go. Moment of truth. The horizon signal, where the end comes from. This will be the end of time, or the end of me, Barmed Imperium says at the briefing before launch. I know I won't come back, but I think I always knew this would happen. Whatever is in the hole has been waiting for us for a long time. A long, long time. I think it's been waiting for me since before I was born. Once again, the single pilot ship approaches the exit point. Once again, space boils like a fever. Again, our sensor arrays soak up fascinating data. This time, Barmed Imperium is silent. The telemetry becomes intermittent, and then it too is silent. The ship has reached the exit point. The conditions around it are returning to normal. Nothing has happened. Nothing? The monitoring team mutter furiously. The ship is different. In fact, it's a different ship. It's Rodrib Denvagor's vessel, lost these years past, drifting now away from the exit point. A salvage team finds it pristine and empty, no trace of crew, no signs of violence. But there's a journal entry in Rodrib Denvagor's name titled "What Was Will Be." Our scientists review it nervously. Impossible, one says. I hope so, says another. The ship is renamed the Foundling and returned to service. The signal, dead or sleeping, says nothing at all, ever again. So now we have a tech research option, entropic recursion, and a certain bonus as well. So that's a physics technology. We're currently researching energy weapon attack speed. But we can get the spiral feed power hub, which will improve our energy credits if we go for that. I'm going to wait, because we'll have that option regardless. But we're definitely moving towards that. And also the Foundling has returned to service. So let's get a new scientist. Bermden Badir can take over there, actually. And we'll put you back in orbit of... I think we had you around one of these. Yeah, just assist research there. Okay, so we are getting ready to attack here. These ships are right on the border of space. Well, it's going to be fun. This is surely going to piss the contingency off again. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to see you again. Once this thing joins the fray, the balance of battle is going to change somewhat. Look at all that slowdown. Love it. Alright, station's gone. Now let's focus our firepower on the actual fleet this time, guys. Ooh, I think we might have them. It's their battleships that really seem to be strong, but if we can kill... Oh, there we go. Yep, I think we've got them. Ooh, I think we've got him. Oh, yeah. Gonna need to replenish our forces again, but not as badly as last time. One of the hubs is about to be destroyed.
Darkness has claimed one of our fleets.
I don't know what that means. So satisfying to watch all these things die. Awesome. Okay. Alright, now, as I recall, there's no debris that I can investigate, unfortunately. Dang. Okay. Well, we've got to bomb the sterilization hub, and we need to keep this fleet under control here. Oh, there's a contingency fleet in the nearby sector that's being fought by... Are you guys fighting against the contingency? Allfather Modric has died at the age of 146, which means Allfather Barim is already in charge. He's much younger. Can we communicate with the Shroud? No, not yet. If we can get that bonus for him, that would be great. So are you guys fighting? If they're fighting, I'm going to be very confused. They're fighting. Okay, they're not on the same side. Alright, young Father Verpim. Let's have a quick look. Ooh, extra influence, and the additional governing ethics attraction of being psychic. So we now have a couple of interesting choices to make our immortal leader. Now that we've had a couple of leaders die off. We might need to send a fleet to take care of that. Our strongest fleet is Marasma. But we can't get into their territory. Allfather Barim is leveled up. Okay, good. Whoa, what in the world was that? Alright, so now we need to take care of this whole situation here. The Declare Saint Edict has expired. We can go ahead and bring that back. Capacity overload is not as useful to me. I won't worry about that. Yeah, the sterilization hub is slowly dying. Actually, hang on. We've got... Alright, good. These upgrades are happening. The Naval Logistics Office will be built next, and then I will queue up a few more anchorages. And queue up the final upgrades. The Loop Temple, signs in the stone. Archaeologists have found a forgotten temple in the remote highlands of Old Oran, buried for centuries but recently exposed by an earthquake. Dating techniques suggest it's a pre-industrial relic, hand-hewn from volcanic rock. However, the recurring symbol on the walls and radial altar, a Mobius-looped serpent consuming its own tail, has no obvious precedent in our early history, and the inscriptions use an unknown alphabet. One excitable archaeologist suggests it's a relic left by an unknown precursor race. In a presumably meaningless coincidence, the quake seems to have occurred at the same time as the final message from the black hole in Gothri Maelstrom. A way has been opened for us, so we can investigate the Loop Temple.
Log updated.
Yep, let's research that. Oh, Horizon Signal, you slay me. Now, what are you doing, and why are you not participating in any battles? Corrupted caretakers are still fighting against these guys and possibly winning? Not really. Nope, they keep losing. They need to let us into their space. Alright, surface integrity of this thing is almost gone. The Naval Logistics Office will... I mean, right now our naval capacity is fine because we lost so many ships again, but at least we got the first hub taken care of. This one's going to be a problem. This one possibly too. I might need to go for this one next.
Special project.
The Loop Temple,
complete.
time and stone. Our scientists have learned a great deal about the subterranean temple, but some questions remain. The roof, or a roof aperture, along with the radial altar, suggests it was once a solar calendar, but it's so badly damaged by the earthquake that we can't be certain. If the builders found particular dates important, we'll never know which ones. We've had better luck with the unknown alphabet. It's a debased variant of a better-known hieratic script, not an alien language at all, and we've successfully deciphered it. The temple is dedicated to the waiting worm or the worm in waiting. Most of the inscriptions are sonorous, poetic invocations requesting its appearance, or, if read in the other direction, its departure. There is also a body of inscriptions describing the operations of the universe, which our more excitable archaeologist swears contains references to advanced field equations. Nothing new to us, but very impressive for a temple of this vintage. We have yet to find a physicist who's prepared to go on record as agreeing that the references are meaningful, though. The temple holds no cosmic secrets or alien weapons, as far as we can tell, but its dark spaces have a distinctive, menacing beauty, and the poetry of the invocations to the worm in waiting becomes fashionable. They are set to popular music. They are published in collections. So we can make the Loop Temple a place of pilgrimage. We can reserve the temple for academic study only. So this will give us a happiness boost. There's something wrong here. Show leadership by sealing the temple. So let's reserve the temple for academic study only. And get the strange loop doctrine unlocked. We'll have that option once this tech finishes research. Okay, so I can send my armies to invade here. Transport Fleet 20.
Construction complete.
How far can you jump? Machine world destroyed. Sterilization Hub 001, the machine world in the NEAT system, has been destroyed. After being subjected to heavy orbital bombardment, the planet's AI core self-destructed to prevent capture by triggering a massive antimatter device hidden deep beneath the surface. Very nice. So now we've gained the living metal tech option, even though I think... No, we didn't already have living metal. So that's a victory for the entire galaxy. Yay. Okay, so with that being done, I think what I'll do is I'm going to have these guys return to my territory. Slowly but surely. And we'll also go ahead and queue up their reinforcements. Which it seems like, yeah, those costs are fully paid, actually. That's good news. We'll have this fleet remain. Meanwhile, Transport Fleet 20, we'll jump to Q-turn. Wait, no, they won't. They'll jump to Haben and start heading for the NEATS system. The Transport Fleet 20's name is being hailed by the syzygy of divine or not the hierarchy. This despite the fact that it isn't sending any ID codes we recognize, and no ship of that name has ever been commissioned. The syzygy's commanding officer claims to be Captain Raldrim den Rotherog. Our admiral of that name is alive, well, and elsewhere. The captain that appears on our screen is clearly Raldrim den Rotherog, but a scarred, haunted, decrepit, wrecked edition of Raldrim den Rotherog, face glossy with plasma burns and older, much older. The bridge in the background looks just as scarred and just as decrepit, but the captain's voice is firm and clear. Finally, you hear I've waited so long. My punishment is to die in battle against you. Please end me. I'm sorry. What's happening here? Are you really Raldrim den Rotherog? Yeah, this gained some physics research. Am I? Are you the same Oranathi you were last year? Every day is a death. Every future is a choice. Time is a labyrinth, not a road. A chuckle. It sounds like the chuckle hurts. Ask the loop. If you want it to end, why wait? A warship is full of ways to die. Don't you remember? Of course you won't. Yet. And you might not. Now. Not if you do it right. The loop needs its sacrifices, and it needs them just so. An agonized, coughing chuckle. You don't want to trifle with the loop. What is the loop? The loop is what came first and what comes next. The worm in waiting, and I suppose the worm is the loop. Let's say time is a labyrinth. The captain begins to gesture futilely. Then the loop is its monster. Or its maker. No, I can't explain it, and you'll know more soon. You did in my past. Weapons locked. Surrender. Whatever you've done, we can help you. Alright, so the syzygy is powerging weapons. Raldrim den Rotherog is silent in the days that follow. It's no small thing to hear that you are already dead, but in time, that silence becomes a determination and an almost reckless confidence. What was will be, what will be was. Let's say worrying. The messenger, what was will be. The Transport Fleet 20 has located a small, minimally powered artificial object broadcasting a looping signal at local range only. These sorts of things usually turn out to be escape pods, and this looks like one of those. It's been out here a long time. When the crew cracks it open, carefully observing quarantine procedures, they find ancient remains preserved by the sterile pod environment. So far, not unusual. The captain of the transport fleet 20 indicates, however, that they did not expect to find the divine Ornathi words "what was will be, what will be was" daubed on the wall in the bodily fluids of the pod's occupant, who the crew are now wryly referring to as the messenger. They add that there are some equally unexpected anatomical similarities between the messenger species and our own, so we can study the messenger and its message.
Situation log updated.
Alright, go research that, please. And now this fleet needs to travel to Nitz. Or Nitz, however you want to pronounce it. I'll give the order to go ahead and land armies. Alright, you can see new ships starting to pop up here. I think I need to get down to that sterilization hub next. That's the highest priority one. Shroud accessible. Communicate. Reach in. I'm going to exit. That gave me a curse last time and I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it.
Construction complete.
Okay. Random insult from the Mechazur. Yeah, keep insulting me. If you don't want me to save the galaxy, feel free to attack me. And distract me. We'll see how that goes for you. Alright, so this planet's already been completely built up. Yeah, lots of new ships popping up as well. See our transport fleet traveling right here, and they will be able to jump in about another month. So I'll be able to bring them down to Nitz a lot sooner. Yep.
Construction complete. The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
And we've arrived. Good. Go ahead and land armies. They have a capacity plus 20, and now we have the Loop Institute. Let's go ahead and research that, because it's only going to take 5 months. It's a deal. Get that deal back. Yep, continue. It's a shame that ZeroCorp got destroyed.
Our champions are making planetfall. May the spirits protect.
Conquest of Condius. We have wrested control of Condius from the warforms of the contingency, and the fighting has finally settled down. The roving custodian bots that had taken the place of the moon's butchered original population have been dismantled by our forces. Until new colonists arrive from somewhere, this world will remain devoid of intelligent life. Withdraw our forces to orbit. Okay. I want you to follow them, and I want you to be replenished, and then return to our home space as well. And actually, with that in mind, let's go ahead and give the order for you to jump here. I'm going to give similar orders to the other fleets that are already traveling. It's going to confuse the heck out of all the ships
project complete.
All right, the messenger, the possibilities. all the ships that are traveling to meet their reinforcement fleets are going to be like, what? Where'd they go? I'm confused. Yeah. Just giving the order for these fleets to continue moving. We've established that the escape pod was the kind of commercially available knockoff common in the previous phase of galactic civilization. No new technologies or other insights. The remains of the messenger, however, are another matter. It's unmistakably an ancestor or a variant of the divine Ornathi species. Perhaps we have cousins out there, or perhaps we were subject to genetic manipulation by a precursor race. Sensei Borkaz is requesting permission to conduct more extensive research. Let's study the messenger connection. Although I definitely don't want to... I don't want to convert the entire species. I hate that part of the chain.
The non-believers are fighting amongst themselves.
Alright, so the corrupted caretakers have declared war on the Holy Miravandia Confederation. Interestingly enough.
Construction complete.
The messenger leashed. Sensei Borkaz has reconstructed the messenger. It's quite impressive, worryingly so. It seems to be considerably more robust and aggressive than our current edition. There is some confusion about whether we were the source species in the messenger, the modified version, or whether the messenger was our ancestor. Sensei Borkaz is firmly of the former opinion that we were once much more of a warrior species and that some meddling precursor muzzled us genetically. Indeed, they consider the loss of our martial abilities a tragedy. Such a tragedy that they have undergone a retroviral treatment to alter their own physiology to that of the messengers. They insist that this will equip them much better to continue the project. A creative form of treason. Execute them, please. Alright, so we will gain some progress on the strange loop, but I don't need that, so let's destroy their notes. Bye-bye. He shouldn't have even gotten that as an option, by the way, if he didn't pick up on that. We'll let Roderick den Hulos, the clone Roderick den Hulos, take over.
Have granted us
That's
new
funny.
Wisdom.
Okay, why don't we go for... We've got to end this episode, so let's go for... I'm okay with extra fleet command limit. At this point. Let's do that, so we can add more ships to our existing fleets. Not going to be the worst thing. But I will stop this one here, and the next one we're going to go for probably this hub here. The Holy Mirabande Confederation does still allow us travel through their territory, so getting down there should be relatively quick. And it seems like they've been relatively contained, so I might be able to take care of them pretty quickly, assuming we don't have to attack them twice like we did the first one. Cross your fingers, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.